Hi guys, how you doing? Hope you're okay. Today we're going to be taking a look at putting rests in fills. So let's go grab our sticks and let's go do this. So before we get started, let's take a look at what we're aiming for today. This is the complete fill. This is what we're going for in today's lesson. Here it comes. That fill was created using crotchets, quavers and quaver rests, or if you prefer, quarter notes, eighth notes and eighth note rests. A rest, remember, is silence. It has the same value as its equivalent note, but it's silence. So instead of a quaver being half a beat of hitting stuff, making noise, a quaver rest is half a beat of not hitting stuff and not making any noise. So I'm going to break that fill down into two halves, and we're going to start, not surprisingly, with the first half. So I'll play the first half of the bar, one and rest and then I will stop and leave beat 3 and 4, and then I'll do it again on a loop. So I'm going to rest the last half of the bar. Sticking for this, right-handers, right, left, rest, left, and if you're a left-hander, the other way around, left, right, rest, right. I'm going to play this at 70 beats per minute. Try and play along with me if you can. If you can't, don't worry, pause the video, do it on your own. When you've got the hang of it, come back and we'll tackle the second bit together. Here comes that first half at 70 beats per minute. How'd you get on? All good? Ready to move on? Great. Let's do the second half. This half of the bar starts with a rest, so we're going to go rest and 4. Right-handers, this is going to be rest, left, right for you. And lefties, this is going to be rest, right, left. You can change that sticking if you want to, but for now, let's keep with the pattern I've suggested, and we can always mess around with it later once we've mastered the fill. So here comes the second half of the bar. I'm not going to play beats 1 and 2. I'm going to rest those and then come in with the second half of the fill, and I'll loop that round and round at 70 beats per minute. Again, try and join in with me if you can. Don't worry if not. Pause the video, practice it on your own, and then come back when you've got the hang of it. Okay, let's put all of that together now then. So we're going to go 1 and rest and 4. Again, 70 beats per minute. I'm going to loop it round. Play it with me if you can. Don't worry if not. Pause the video, practice it on your own, and when you're done, come back and join me and we'll finish things off. Here we go. As with any new fill, we want to put that with a groove and see what it sounds like. So let's do a 3-1 resolve. I'm going to start the resolve with a crash cymbal. Remember, it's not an extra note when we put the crash cymbal in. It's swapping beat 1 on the hi-hat for a crash cymbal. We're going to keep the bass drum in there as well. And then I'm going to play the fill that we've learned today on the snare drum in bar 4. I'm going to loop it round and round. Again, try and play along with me if you can, but don't worry if you need to pause the video and practice it on your own, that's fine. Here it comes. So what are the applications for this? Well, hopefully giving you more cool fills. That's always a good reason for learning something. Rests add an element of surprise, suspense, mystery to the fill. Where a constant stream of notes is fine, there's nothing wrong with blazing around the drum kit, that's great. But it's nice to have some variety in our fills, some fills that don't all sound the same. Rests are great for breaking fills up and just adding that mystery element. A fill, remember, fills in the gap in the music, but that doesn't have to be filled with all notes. It can be filled with rests, notes, or a combination of the two. That's fine. So what have we learned today? Well, we've looked at adding rests into fills. We've looked at the different stickings that are required when you add those rests in. We've learned that rests add mystery and suspense and surprise to a fill. And a fill doesn't have to be made up of completely notes only, as it were. You can put rests in and notes in together. You can combine the two and come up with all sorts of different rhythms and patterns. Don't just take my word for it. Don't just use the fill you've learned today. Experiment, throw some rests in other fills, combine quavers and crotchets and rests together and see what patterns you can come up with. That's it for today's lesson. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you've got any questions, feel free to get in touch. Let me know. If you're watching this on YouTube, stick a comment below. I will get back to you as soon as I can. Stay safe and enjoy your drumming, guys.